Guys, today's video is brought to you by Fiverr. Fiverr is an online marketplace that connects freelancers of every industry to buyers. Whether you need a graphic designer to make a company logo, or you just need a video editing service that's going to be quick and reliable, Fiverr is full of the best freelancers in the world to help you get exactly what you need. And for my viewers only, follow the link in the description below and get 10% off today.
And then it just ended.
Yeah, it worked. I did it with my mom, and it worked, and then I tried it with my roommate, and it didn't. So I don't know what's going on, but shout out to Skype for saving the day.
I know, right? Yeah, for sure.
So, what's going on, man? How you been?
Hey, not bad. On the way, taking my little girl home. Just got done doing some training at the gym, and then want to go drop her off and do this interview, maybe take a little nap, and then head back into work.
Gotcha. Was Mock in the room today?
No, he just graduated, and he's finishing that up. But I think we're gonna get up next week, though.
Gotcha. I saw him when I was out in Vegas a couple weeks ago. So,
yeah.
Got to hang out. He came over to my uncle's place. We played basketball. Dude, you have never seen a longer game of pig than when two wrestlers play.
Yeah, I could imagine.
I think there was like a 30-minute time period where nobody scored a shot.
Yeah. Sounds like me playing basketball.
Oh, so bad. Did you play basketball growing up or anything like that?
Nah, just backyard. All my friends hated playing with me because I fouled every shot. Every time I'm fouling, so yeah, no blood, no foul.
That's funny. You were a football guy for the most part, right?
Yeah. I always played ball. I always played football, and then my 7th grade year I started, and then I played through high school, and then went to ECU, and played a couple years, and then ended up quitting that and got into fighting.
Gotcha. So
really, I came back home for a little while, done some bodybuilding, and then when I got done bodybuilding, I was kind of bored, need something to pass time, and somebody just suggested I should try out fighting, and then one thing led to another. I had my first match like a month after training. I won in like 14 seconds, and I was like, I love this, and just kind of went from there.
So what were you, like 21, 22 when you started?
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you were doing
I was like late 21.
Gotcha. So you were doing, you said bodybuilding?
Yeah, bodybuilding. I think I had my first fight in September, and then my birthday, so it was like end of 21. My birthday's in November, so I turned 22 like right as I was getting started.
Gotcha. So did you train with your brother a lot? Because your brother, Mark was telling me he's a big guy, he's a powerlifter, right?
So I'm actually older than my brother, even though he looks older than me because I got them good genetics. But he's actually 3 years younger than I am. And he went to Coastal Carolina. So whenever I went to ECU, he was still in high school. And he got really big into powerlifting while I was in college. And then when I came back home, he was already at Coastal Carolina. He's playing football there. And then after he got through with football, he gotten really big into powerlifting and strongman. He's been doing really good. He's won Amateur's World's Strongest Man. He just went to the Arnold Classic and got second place in the Arnold Classic Amateur Strongman. Just got his pro card, and then he's got like a 2,300-pound total in bench squat and deadlift. So he's going to go break some. I think he's going to go break the either the national or the world record in August, because it's the first time he's actually trained for nothing but a power. Normally he's got like a strongman competition.
Yeah.
And he's training fully on powerlifting this time. So he's got one coming up in August. So I think he's going to do really well.
That's awesome, man. And then, so you said he's 3 years younger than. How old are you? 31?
No, I'm 29.
Oh, 29. Okay.
Yeah, he's 25. Yeah. I'll be 30 this year, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Now you got a wife and kids, or is it your girlfriend, or what's the?
Yeah, a wife. Yeah,
okay.
I've been married for 2 years now. And then I got 3 kids. I got one little girl that I adopted. She's 13. And then I have a stepson who is 11. And then I have my newest addition. She's 6 months. She'll be 7. No, she's 7 months. She'll be 8 months. And on the 18th.
Gotcha. So I do remember now all of that. What was the? So you adopted the 13-year-old. Is that your wife's daughter?
So it's my wife's cousin's daughter. So she's got a lot of medical issues going on and a lot of just other things going on in her life. She's not able to take care of her. She went to my mother-in-law. She stayed with her for quite a number of years. And then she ended up, started dating a new guy, and she wanted to, get out of the house. She done raised all her kids, and she asked us if we take care of her. And we've always really loved her. She's always helped out around the house and stuff. So we just brought her on in, and she loves us, and she's just a great little girl.
That's awesome, man. Well, good for you, brother. Obviously not a great situation, but I think you're making the most of it for sure, man. So now you own the gym you train at, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. So I own New Millennium Martial Arts and Conditioning. So my father, he actually started up a weightlifting gym almost 20 years ago, and that's how me and my brother got so big into weightlifting. And then when my brother got back home from college, he opened up his gym in Hillsboro called New Millennium Fitness in the Pit. He does like all the strongman competition stuff, strongman training, powerlifting, bodybuilding. They do all that there. Different kind of sports training stuff. That's where I go to do my training at. I train with, he's actually my personal trainer for like not strongman, but for weight training and conditioning for my fights and stuff. He just started with me in January of this year, right after my last fight.
You say that again. You're kind of breaking up.
Jeez,
what is going on?
Weightlifting again. In Hillsboro, and he does like strength conditioning, bodybuilding, and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I've been working out with him since January, since my last fight.
Gotcha. Hey, can you repeat? It was buffering a little bit. You said you started with him before your Hardy fight or after your Hardy fight?
No, after.
After, okay.
So actually, I opened my gym up in November. So I had my little girl in September of last year. So I didn't really train then, and then October I was putting work in on my gym, trying to get all that taken care of. I got it fully open in November, and then I tore my MCL in November, so I was out, almost 8 weeks. So then I got the call for the Hardy fight, and I took that fight on like 6 weeks' notice. But I wasn't doing no weight training; it was just regular. I was wrestling with Mock and a couple other guys. So I was getting ready for that, and then right after that fight, I decided I got to get back into the weight training and work on my strength and conditioning, and that's when I took over with my brother.
Gotcha. So fighting Hardy, man, what was that like? What was that experience like? Because he's the new up and coming guy. He hasn't been tested in the UFC, and you kind of just walked him down, made him look like an idiot for a while, and then obviously the knee and everything. But I mean, there's no question.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of guys. So being a former football guy myself, it's really easy to go in there and just out athlete a lot of guys. When you're first starting out, but he was obviously a great athlete. I mean, you're a Pro Bowl NFL football player. You're an athlete to get into the NFL, but to be a Pro Bowler, you're a super athlete. So he's definitely a super athlete. But I knew whenever going in, I was like, he's going to get punch drunk, and then he'll wear out, and he won't be no good in the second round. And then he made that unfortunate mistake in the second round. But it was just tired, and I don't think it was even really intentional. I think he was just exhausted and
frustrated.
And saw an opportunity to try to win. And if he'd waited 10 more seconds, I'd have stood up and he'd have got it. But that's the beginner mistakes. That's what happens.
Yeah. So did like the hype or anything that you could say no or whatever, but I'm sure it messed with you a little bit, or maybe like you thought about it, like, oh, maybe I know, like with me with wrestling, like if I'm wrestling somebody really good, like it gets in your head a little bit, like you have to compete.
See, I'm like the opposite.
Really?
I'm like the opposite. Like when I'm the underdog, that's when I do the best.
Yeah.
I fought guys like I've lost 3 times now, and 2 of the 3 times I've lost, it was to people who I knew I was going to win against. And they were just fat and looked like shit, and I just took them lightly, and they took advantage of it, and got the better of me. But everybody
that's true.
Everybody else thought I was going to lose to, I ended up winning.
I feel like you probably compete better when you're supposed to lose.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's just. It's like, okay, I got nothing to lose. But, like, I know how you feel. Like, I always lost, like, first couple years of college, like, I would lose to, like, fat guys that, I mean, I'm 6'3", like, at the time, like, I was 230, but I'm like 15 pounds heavier now. But, like, you just look at them, you're like, oh, well, we know who's going to win. But some reason, like, when you're supposed to win, you just don't compete well. I think that's
for sure.
I think that's something do you think that goes away at any point?
I hope so. I've made the mistake. You know, two times for sure, and I don't plan on making it no more. Now, if I'm fighting somebody, I'm not taking them lightly. I'm going in to win it, and trying to win it, as fast as possible. So, I guess we'll see with time. But I plan on being the underdog from here on out. The next fight I'm predicted to lose. So I'm excited to prove that wrong, and then go on from there.
Bro, I tried looking up your next fight, and I was like, dude, I can't pronounce this dude's name at all. I quit.
It's like Drenzo Rosenstruck or something like that.
Dude,
I think he's from some country somewhere near Brazil.
It looks like they did an Enneagram with like half the alphabet, and that's his name. It's just one of those bot generators or something for a Instagram bio.
Definitely.
But man,
he's a really good fighter. He's got a hell of a kickboxing background. I think he's got like 50-some fights and only like 5 losses or something like that. So I mean, he's a really good striker. So I'm really excited for the fight. I think he's ranked like top 26 or something like that. So after I beat him, it'll really push my rankings on up and hopefully get a fight with somebody in the top of the heavyweight division and earn my spot for the next contract.
So you go out, you knock this guy out, you get the microphone in your face. Who are you wanting to call out that you think you'll get?
So I was thinking somebody with a big name that's been in it for a while. Is really good. Probably like Andre Arlovski. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. He's got a great record. You know what I mean? It'd be probably a perfect matchup for me. I go in and beat him. I should be renegotiating my contract after that. Get another 4-fight contract, and then hopefully Greg Hardy will win his next couple fights, and then once he's got his hype train up there pretty good, I'll go and take that train off the tracks and
whip him again. There. That's funny. How many guys do you think have walked Greg Hardy down like you did and told, that guy's got some power, and you just went, "Come on, hit me."
Yeah, probably not very many. I was probably the first one. Probably really threw him off.
Yeah.
I was pretty hyped up for that fight. So
you look like it, man.
I'm sure it messed with him. Yeah, I really wanted that knockout. I knew if I knocked him out, I was getting that $50,000 bonus, and it would have really helped out with everything. So that's what I really wanted.
When a guy does something like that, do they give any bonus or any incentive or anything like that?
Yeah. So before the fight start, Dana White will come in there and he'll tell you what bonuses are available. So he had fight of the night bonus. Fight of the night, you and your opponent get $50,000 bonus.
Yeah.
Knockout of the night, you get a $50,000 bonus, and I think that was the only 3 bonuses he had was fight of the night and knockout of the night, and then I think Cowboy Cerrone won both of them actually because the fight was awesome.
Dang it! Who did he fight that night?
I can't even remember the guy's name. I just remember the guy in the back. I remember the guy he fought was near my locker room. Dude was just amped up.
Was it Platinum Mike Perry?
No, not that one.
He tapped him out.
They fought
like a month or 2 later.
Yeah, like a month or 2. Yeah, might have been before that. Cowboy Cerrone fights like every 2 months.
Dude, what's the deal, man? Is he?
Yeah, he's a monster. He just had a fight? He had a fight like a month, like 2 weeks.
He's
ago.
fighting Ferguson.
Is he? Yeah.
Next week. Something stupid like that.
He fights all the time.
Dude, he's crazy, man.
His bank account looks magnificent. You know what I mean? It's got to be great.
Yeah, he retired one of my teammates up here, Rick Story from the UFC. So he's a freak, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's an animal.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. This is the awkward part of the conversation where we talk about faith. But how has that played a role? Like, what is how did that come about? Because you were talking to me on the phone, and you were like, "Man, I don't want to get into any apologetics, or I don't know enough verses, but I'm new to faith." What was that process like?
Man, it just kind of. So my wife was Pentecostal whenever I met her,
okay.
And we go to a Pentecostal church here in Burlington. It's called the World of Pentecost. Really, it's one of my coaches, Coach Jeffries. He's really the one who got me really more into faith. He always quotes things from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Preach those things that are not as if they are, and they will be.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of got that stuck in my head, and so I always say I'm going to win, I'm going to dominate, and then. That's normally what happens, because the more you preach it, the more it's, those things that you say that's what your life's going to be. You put negative things into your life, and that's what's going to happen. Just little things like that. That's just kind of what drives me, and then having that faith in God that He's going to protect me, and what happens is His will, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to be done.
That's awesome, man. That's super cool. And then when did that that was just last few years or something, or?
Yeah, probably the last few years. Growing up, I was never really big into church. My family didn't go to church. My mom, she was a nurse, so she was working almost every weekend.
Yeah.
So, she was the Christian one in the family. So she didn't have time to take, us to church or anything. So I never really had a strong relationship with that. And then whenever I was growing up, my father was dating this psychopath, and she was really big into church. And that really drove me away from church.
No. Was she Catholic?
Yeah, I was like,
was she Catholic?
Yeah. No, she wasn't Catholic. She was some kind of Christian or something.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure exactly which one. I just remember I did not care. Hold on one second. It's my wife. Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm doing an interview.
Hello.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, she's running away now. Yeah. She's like, oh. Yeah, but so that ended up driving me away a little bit. And then whenever I married my wife, I had probably, 6 months before I married her, we started going to church more. And then, I didn't go often as I should. It's really, since my daughter was born, I've tried to go every Sunday. But before that, I was going, every, once or twice a month, and just trying to build up more and more,
Gotcha.
They say there's no such thing as a good Christian, because, once you're a Christian, you're a Christian. It's not really good or bad. You just try to follow, the rules in the Bible and go on from there.
Yeah, you're just going up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But my daughter, the one I adopted,
Mm-hmm.
She goes to church. She's really a driving force, because she's all the time. She goes Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday morning and Sunday night. So she's all the time, y'all need to come with us. You need to come with me. She's not got a license, so we obviously got to drop her off. She's like, just come on in, just come do it. So we're about to start going more. But it's just kind of a process,
That's super cool, man.
Got to get everything done. Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, that's that's one thing, with the podcast and everything, getting into it. I feel like not a lot of people that are in this space, like the Joe Rogans, the Logan Pauls, whoever, they don't steer into those conversations. So, yeah. And I want to give, you and Mock, other athletes, if it's applicable to the conversation, a platform to speak about that. So, I appreciate you coming on here and being comfortable with that. So that's super cool, man. I think that's an area that doesn't get talked about enough. That definitely should. For sure. That definitely should be. So, and I've seen some of your interviews. You talk, you've mentioned God and everything, but I just wanted to give a better, more steered into platform for that as well. So, but
yeah, definitely. It's really a subject that is not touched into enough. It's gone away from schools and and a lot of other things. But I wouldn't be here where I am today, if it wasn't for God and and the effort and the will that He gave me to continue to push on and push through things and being the underdog and still coming through and getting to the top. Coming from a small town in Mebane, North Carolina, and still making it to the UFC. So it's His will, and it's it's I'm blessed for Him.
Do you have delusional confidence?
Delusional confidence? What's that mean?
Like when you say you want to do, I have this. So, but when you say you want to do something, people look at you and they're like, it's just super far fetched. Like when you put your mind to something, your goal isn't the next step. It's the last step. Yeah. Is that how you look at things?
I've always been very blessed with people that I've had in my corner. So even before I thought I was going to go to the UFC, people were like, "Man, you're a really good fighter. You're going to make it to the UFC." And it's just ever since I was young, people would always tell me what I was capable of, and then it was up to me to go put the work in to make it happen. But I never told somebody I was going to do something. I just went out and done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, so I told my wife, I'm going to make it to the UFC, and then obviously I made it to the UFC. And then I told, people I was going to go to college and have it paid for, and that obviously happened. But as far as, I've never really had, I ain't really had the plans I never had anybody tell me that I wasn't going to be able to do something that I said I was going to do. Like, so it's been like, yeah, you got this. I've had a great support team, great support system,
Gotcha.
people behind me supporting everything I do.
Gotcha. Well,
So,
you must be a little bit more athletic than me, I guess.
Yeah, nah, I doubt it.
That's funny, man. All right, man. Well, your wife's you got to get to that. But real quick, what?
My little girl, she's in the back. She's sleeping.
Hi, sweetie.
Yeah, she's at the phone.
All right.
I was like, man, she's gonna be awake. She's gonna be yelling in the background. Get me out of here.
Right.
Luckily, she fell asleep.
All right. So you said you got your contract. How many more fights? You got one more fight on your contract. This next one.
I got this one and the next one. But I don't know. I think one of my buddies in the UFC, he told me that they renegotiate after the third fight, and then so you had so it's 4 fights, but then after the fight before your last one was when they renegotiated. So this is a big fight for me. I got to win this fight, and I got to win the fastest will matter so that I get another contract, and then go from there.
Gotcha. All right, man. So what's you're 20, 29, turn 30. What's the timeline? What's the goals? What do you want to achieve? When do you want to get out?
I mean, it's really so. I started up my own gym, and it's been going really well. Like I didn't expect to be where I'm at right now with it, and it took off, and it's starting to get to where the bills are being paid, and I got a few more people I need to get in there and be even better. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned with that, once I'm done fighting, I plan to continue on that career and keep training. I love training small kids. Young kids are a lot of fun to work with, teaching them martial arts, self-defense, and things like that. So I plan to continue to do that when I'm done fighting. As far as fighting goes, my next contract's going to have to be for some money. I don't get paid enough to do this really. So I definitely want to continue to advance. So this next contract, I'm hoping to get paid some actual good money and then go on from there. The more they're going to pay me, the longer I'll fight. So it just kind of goes like that.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you go, but keep in touch, brother. I appreciate you doing this. I'll send you the info when I post it, and all my stuff should be on Apple by the end of this week. So, Apple
awesome,
Podcast.
man. I appreciate you having me, dude.
Yeah, Alan. Have a good one, brother. God bless.
Later. Yes, sir. God bless you.